New listings and new sales in the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver are down week over week. Find out how that affects detached home sales on your Monday Market Monitor. Welcome back to your Monday Market Monitor for October 10th to the 16th. As you know, week over week, our real estate numbers are rapidly changing. Trends are emerging and falling away. So for prospective home sellers and buyers, it is absolutely essential to know what challenges, if any, you are going to be facing in the marketplace. You need the education to back up your decision, and that is precisely why I make these videos, to keep you informed. So if you find the videos of value, please give this video a thumbs up and consider hitting the subscribe button so you do not miss any of the vital information that I'm bringing you week to week. Now, let's get to the numbers. Starting with the new listings, last week we dropped back down to 977 new listings from the 1,081 the previous week. So over the last 15 weeks, the average number of listings hitting the market weekly is 913. So this week is right in line with our 15-week average, so not much to report there. 92 properties expired or came to the end of their term last week, which, like listings, was pretty normal for us. And the same can also be said of price changes. They were right in line with the weekly averages, so we saw 336 properties that got price adjustments last week. Sellers are still looking for that elusive fall home sale and having to reprice and adjust to this changing market, so not a surprise that we're seeing that. But what's interesting to note is that 131 of the 336 properties were actually detached homes. I would have expected that number to be higher. However, it seems that many detached sellers are holding steady with their prices. Well, that is except for the property that saw the biggest haircut last week, and it was a contemporary 6-bed, 7-bath home in the British properties on almost half an acre that took a $1,500,000 price reduction. That's some big cash. That brings us to the solds this week. Last week, there were 414 sales total, which is basically 100 less than the previous week. But what's interesting to note is that the DOM, or days on market, to get that successful home sale dropped from 30 to 26, which means that the properties that are more likely to sell are newer to the market and price sharp. This again leads us to pricing and how important it is. Remember, in this market, price is king. And there is still one number that keeps surprising me every time I make this video, and that is the number of properties selling at or above list price. Last week, we had 22.75% of the properties sold sell at or above list price. This has continued to be a consistent number over the previous 13 weeks, so there is still competition for fantastic properties that are priced sharply. And in truth, when you look at the properties selling, many are properties that are renovated, move-in ready, where there's little work to be done, and 57% of the properties that sold last week were under $1 million. I don't think that number is going to change anytime soon. I believe that we're going to continue to see high numbers of attached properties under $1 million selling. Entry-level product is still in hot demand, and if you are a seller thinking of moving up from your condo or townhome into a detached property, this could very well be your opportunity. Last week, 72% of the properties sold were attached, aka townhomes or condos. So some pretty steady numbers there. And it's been absolutely years since the move-up market has had this kind of advantage over the market. As for buyers, make sure to have your ducks in a row just in case the perfect property comes along, because you're probably not the only one out there looking at it, especially if it's going to be under the $1 million mark. Well, that's it for now. I'm not sure if it's for you, but if you want to have a more in-depth conversation about the Vancouver real estate market and how these stats will affect you and your fall home sale, then reach out for some expert advice. That's right. Thank you so much for tuning in to your Monday Market Monitor, and we will see you in the next video.